Welcome, everybody,
Hello. Hi.
to another episode of Game Ledger.
And we're here.
We are
We
here.
did it.
We did it. Now, if only we could have some people join us.
Yeah, so jump on in. I told Magic Wolf to join us.
Love it.
So we'll see.
Yes. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about the news.
Okay.
Phantom Pain. Buy, no buy?
Probably a no-buy, just because I'm...
Over it.
The only Metal Gear Solid game I've ever completed was 2.
Right.
I tried Metal Gear Solid 4 at least 10 different times.
Was that Guns of the Patriots?
Yeah, Guns of the Patriots.
Yeah.
It just gets too tedious. Like, it stops being fun for me. I mean, granted, all the cutscenes are boring and...
Well, they're like 5 hours long.
And you can't skip them. And
yes.
it's just like, okay, you know...
It's a no-buy for me, too.
Yeah. And so I think Phantom Pain, as much as I... Yeah, it's weird, because I really respect Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like the story he tells with Metal Gear Solid. I'm just not into the story.
Right.
So that's why I was really excited for Silent Hills, because I was like, okay, here's something I can get on with. On board with. Here's something that I can see, his genius shine through and something that resonates with me.
Right.
And then that got dropped. So
got dropped.
But
So
he's not out of the. He's not.
He'll
out
be
of the
back.
game. Yeah, I mean, just
not with
he'll make
Silent
more.
Hill. In other news, Amazon started selling digital Nintendo games.
Did they really?
Today. Came out today.
Wow, that's cool.
Which means that they sell the whole gamut. They got Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo now. So they sell...
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Digital games, huh?
And they have an Android. Now, they don't sell iOS games yet. So, and I don't think they will.
Yeah.
I think Apple will maintain control of that.
Market.
But, yeah. I was pretty excited because, I'd like to... It's all set up and I don't have to add funds to my Nintendo wallet and all that crap. I just buy it off of Amazon.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So...
That's one thing that's always... I've never really liked about Nintendo. I love Nintendo, but I've never liked their online store.
Neither have I.
It just seems so backward. It's hard to find things. It's hard to...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Also in other news, it is September 1st, which means we are 22 days away from Super Mario Maker.
That's
which
true.
we are going to buy, and we will stream.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Because, holy crap, I cannot wait for that game. I just realized our video cable's in the way there. Oh, no! I ruined the camera.
Technical difficulties.
Hold on.
It's not a zombie attack, guys.
No.
Although we should make a found footage film.
We should. Alright. That looks good.
Yeah, we're a little bit more centered, too.
We are. Well, how about that?
By the way, you look good. Good job.
Oh. I just came off of... I just got done with work. Been using my brain all day. I'm going to use it some more.
I've been using my brawn. I got my pack stuck in a mud hole today.
Nice.
I had to dig it out.
I've been working on my gun show.
Nice.
Yeah. You can't really tell through my white shirt.
Pretty cool.
It's
what other news?
Nothing.
Oh, Mad Max. That came out today. Movie and game.
Yes.
I think I really like the movie. Right I know I'm going to buy the movie. I think I'll buy the game too. It looks fun.
Right on.
So.
That's awesome.
Yep. What else? What other news?
I think that's it.
I read a rumor today about Batman vs Superman, the movie.
Yeah.
That the new rumor now is that Doomsday might show up in the final act of the film. That because in the trailer you see him bring in Zod's body and stuff like that. So the theory is that they're gonna use his genetics or something to try to create something or try to resurrect him or something. But it might eventually lead to Doomsday. And then it's kind of talked about how you've got Batman and Superman fighting each other, obviously, but then you see Wonder Woman in the mix of things, and there's tons of destruction going on. That can't just be from Batman and Superman duking it out. There's got to be
something else going on.
Something else going on. So
interesting.
Maybe we'll have a Death of Superman film on the horizon.
Maybe so.
Be interesting.
That would be interesting. I'd like to see a crap. What's the comic book called?
Magic Wolf's here.
Hey, Magic Wolf.
Hello.
And welcome. Well, now that Magic Wolf's here, we can get started with our actual show.
Okay, let's do this. We're talking Warcraft, Magic Wolf. Warcraft 3. So
Reign of Chaos and the Frozen Throne.
So I'll admit, Warcraft 3 is the one. Well, besides World of Warcraft, Warcraft 3 is the one that I'm not as familiar with.
Oh, bro!
I've played through it once, but it was a while ago, and so I'm kind of sketchy. But I played the crap out of Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2 when I was, in high school and junior high.
I played the crap out of all of them.
I think what happened for me is when Warcraft 3 came out
in 2001.
Yeah, so I was just getting back from Canada, and no, I was just leaving for Canada when Warcraft 3 came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think what had happened is while I was in Canada, Diablo 2 came out.
Yeah.
And so when I got back, I jumped back into the Diablo world because I always liked Diablo a little bit more than Warcraft.
Well, it's a much darker setting.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's called Diablo.
And it was more one hero instead of, taking the armies and everything, Yeah.
I feel bad for you.
Our home computer was really slow.
I feel bad for you guys. This is up on my list. This is one of the quintessential video game experiences you have to have. It's Warcraft 3.
I think I'm going to go back. I'll go back and replay it. I just need to find a copy of it, so I'll make that promise to you.
I have a copy.
Maybe I'll borrow it from you.
I actually have the disc in the nice jewel case.
Very cool.
It is nice.
Very
the
cool.
battle chest version.
Ooh.
Yeah, so let's just talk really quick about Blizzard.
Okay.
So, I mean, they have the three main franchises, which they're adding. They've added 2. But we've got the Warcraft franchise.
Got StarCraft.
And Diablo. Now, we've also got Overwatch and Hearthstone. Hearthstone's kind of an offshoot of World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft being part of the Warcraft franchise. I think when Warcraft 1 came out, we had seen Command & Conquer, we'd seen Red Alert.
Yep.
So it wasn't a huge jump or a huge innovation, but the idea of playing that type of game in a fantasy setting, as well developed as it was. Now, mind you, the story for Warcraft 1 wasn't really fleshed out. Like, most of it was in the manual.
Yeah, it was very bare bones.
Yeah.
I mean, orcs versus humans, that's about it.
Yes,
orcs
versus
bad,
humans.
Humans are good.
And we do, that is, the first time that we meet Medivh is in Warcraft 1, because that's the very last level. I think it's the last level, is you go in and you kill Medivh.
Yeah.
Which he sets all the events of Warcraft 2. Anyway, he's the one that opened the portal for the orcs to come through to Azeroth. It's, anyway, huge lore stuff going on. But they basically, I think, Warcraft 1 was a test game to see if people would be interested in that type of game, right? And I kind of feel that way about a lot of Diablo's early games. So now StarCraft, the original StarCraft, nah, that was a phenomenal success.
Yes. They knew what they were doing by that point.
They did. But I also feel like StarCraft did a lot of what Warcraft did, just in a much more competitive mode.
Yeah.
So instead of taking an hour to do a game of Warcraft or a match in Warcraft, StarCraft was more like 15 minutes to do a match. And so, they supercharged it. Warcraft 2 came out, they really pushed a lot more of the story. They introduced you to a lot more of the characters like Lothar, a lot of those people. And then, but I still feel like a lot of that story was kind of left for you to discover.
Yeah.
It wasn't the main focus of the game. The first Warcraft 2 was Tides of Darkness?
Yeah, Tides of Darkness. No.
Was
it Tides of Darkness? I thought that was the name of the main game.
No, the second one was Beyond the Dark Portal.
Right.
And the first one was Tides of Darkness. Yeah, it was.
Okay. I thought it was the core game, but I thought the core game was Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness, and then the expansion was Beyond the Dark Portal.
Yeah, Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness was the name of the game.
Okay.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the name of the game.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, and then Beyond the Dark Portal, we actually got to go to Outland, and Khadgar was there, and it was awesome. I loved Warcraft 2. And then they came out with the BattleNet version of Warcraft 2, and that was just blow my mind awesome. Then we have Warcraft 3. And I feel like Blizzard basically said, let's kick this up 5,000 notches. Because they did everything right. Now, Warcraft 3 is where Defense of the Ancients started. Defense of the Ancients was a map for Warcraft 3.
Okay.
Which was... That's what launched the whole MOBA genre.
Okay.
Like Dota, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, which is a Blizzard game. All of those came off of this map.
Which, have you played Heroes of the Storm?
Yes.
How is it?
It is awesome.
Is it fun?
But we'll talk about that later. Talk about it later.
Just a sidebar. Yes. I'm just curious.
Heroes of the Storm is fun. I have always wanted to play as an angelic version of Diablo. And now I can.
Nice.
So, woot. But yeah, so Defense of the Agent started out as a map for Warcraft 3. And just that's how awesome Warcraft 3 is. One mod for it launched an entire genre of gaming,
It's impressive.
It's really impressive.
Yeah.
So it's a landmark game, and I think it just ties in really well into the lore, and it's what really established the Warcraft lore as, hey, this is something you should pay attention to. Now they've gone way overboard with World of Warcraft, obviously, because they were making a world, and so they've added a lot to it. I will say that with the last expansion for WoW, Warlords of Draenor, I was really excited for it, because we were going back to a lot of what happened with Warcraft 2, and revisiting those characters.
Dragon Craze is here. Welcome,
hey, Dragon Craze.
Welcome.
Warlords of Draenor is kind of a letdown for me. It really felt more like a single-player game with the focus on the garrisons, and it was a mixture of a single-player game and Farmville, where you had to wait a specific time before you could do anything. And I'm not going to say it was a misstep, but I don't feel like it pushed the boundary on what they could do.
Okay.
So I am really excited to see what they do with Legion, because they're bringing back Illidan. We're going to see Illidan in just a minute. He's my favorite character in the Warcraft lore, besides Arthas. But we're going to talk about Arthas, because
Arthas is pretty cool.
He's got some issues. So anyway, that is the summary. I've loved Warcraft's art style as well.
Yeah, it's got a very distinctive art style, and I think that's kind of why I liked. I feel like
sorry you feel like crap, Dragon Craze. Hopefully we can make you laugh.
Yeah. At least he's watching. That makes me happy.
Makes me happy.
When Diablo 3 came out and had the more stylized art style, it reminded me a lot of Warcraft 3's art style. And I thought that was pretty cool. 'Cause, I liked the Diablo and Diablo 2 art styles too, but I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of...
I think that's kind of a testament to Blizzard's ability to make games. Because, a lot of their characters are fairly famous, so they may not know where the character comes from, but most people know Kerrigan.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that most gamers know who Kerrigan is.
Yeah.
Most people are going to recognize Diablo. If they see a picture of Diablo, they say, hey, they'll recognize Tyrael.
Yeah.
Because
well, in that version...
Such an amazing...
Well, and just that... How they visualize
character
angels.
Design, yes.
With the energy wings, and that was genius. That was fantastic. When I first saw that in Diablo 2, those cutscenes...
Yeah, with Tyrael.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I never would have pictured an angel like that.
Yeah.
You have this badass
and I love
warrior angel.
I love the reveal. We're going to do a show on Diablo 2.
Yeah, we'll get to Diablo 2.
But I love that reveal at the end, where the whole time Marius has thought that he's talking to Tyrael.
Yeah.
And then Bale is like, I'm not Tyrael.
When he walks out of the asylum and everything just lights up. And you're just
lights on fire. And
what?
Like, what the crap? Was it Bale? No, it was Diablo. Sorry, I said that wrong. Internet cats. Thank you, Magic Wolf, for cheering up Dragon Craze.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Very kind of you.
Very kind.
And even Thrall or Arthas, most people know. If they don't know Arthas, they're going to know the Lich King.
Yeah, they know the Lich King. Yeah,
because Frostmourne is so iconic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Blizzard's done a really good job of creating a stable lore world for us to.
Well, and what's impressive is how much of a part Blizzard's universes are in pop culture, not just
Yeah.
gaming culture. I mean, they made an entire South Park episode out of World of Warcraft.
Yeah, exactly.
That's saying something. That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and the entire episode is done in game. Like,
Yeah,
it's amazing.
it is.
Like, that's pretty cool. That's a testament to how well known these franchises are.
Yes. What if you don't play WoW or Diablo?
That's okay.
Start playing them!
I don't play World of Warcraft.
Wait. Odd Future Cody.
Hey, Odd Future Cody.
Thank you for coming back, Odd Future Cody. We've missed you.
You know what? Life gets in the way. We have a lot of stuff happening too.
We do have a lot of stuff happening.
But we're here together. We're glad you're here. Thanks for coming back.
So we are going to watch the opening cinematic of Warcraft 3. And then we're going to talk about its awesomeness.
Yes. So let's do this.
Let's do it.
And let us know how the sound is, guys.
Yes, because we are testing some things. So
we never paid any heed to the ancient prophecies.
you turn it up just a little.
Like fools, clung to the old ancients. And fought as we had for generations.
It's good. It's really dark. Does it look dark to you?
That looks alright.
I guess I can move this over so we can actually see what's going on.
Okay.
Till the day the sky rained fire. No enemy came
Sorry, I
among
don't mean to
us.
cough so much. Seriously. And then this. So I have a question for you, Colt.
Okay.
Upon the brink of destruction,
Is his arm severed?
for the reign of chaos has come
Yeah.
at last.
Is the orcs?
I don't think the orcs was. Okay. Nobody makes better cinematics than Blizzard.
Oh, I seriously, they have the most amazing cinematics ever.
They're fantastic.
Even all the way back to Diablo 1.
Oh, that's my favorite game intro. Is Diablo 1. You know, with the deserted village and
Everything about
like
it.
just the slow build and the tension and the grotesqueness of it. You know,
Yeah.
that crow eating that eyeball. I mean,
Yes.
it's amazing.
It's amazing. What I love about that intro is that it immediately pulls you into, okay, you played Warcraft 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole point behind Warcraft 2 is that the orcs are obliterating the humans. So we have a human, and he's in Stormwind armor, which
Yep.
I love.
Yep.
And
Riley 1's here.
hey, Riley 1! And we got Rumple Floreskin,
Foreskin.
who's asking, how tight do your pants get when the infernals fall from the sky?
How tight do your pants get?
Pretty tight. I'm not gonna lie. I think the infernals fall is just so iconic of,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm so excited for Legion, is because we're gonna see that happen again. You know, I mean, in HD.
It's true.
Future Cody had no comment. Sheesh. I'm not afraid to say it. It's awesome. Anyway, automatically you're already drawn back into the world.
Yes.
Because you're okay. And they even say, you know, we're still clinging to our old hatreds of the orcs versus the humans. This is what Warcraft has always been about. And then it completely throws that on the head when the Infernal falls from the sky. And all of a sudden you realize shit's going to get real in this game.
Yep.
You know? I mean, things are going to happen.
Well, and it's, you know, that's always been a cool storytelling trope, is clashing sides having to come together to fight a greater enemy.
Right.
Like, that's a cool way to tell a story. I mean, yeah, it might be a little cliched, depending on how it's handled, but works here.
Yeah, it works really well. And I think the thing that I really like about it is we still have that prejudice. You know, I mean, the whole story of Reign of Chaos, you have Thrall, who listens to the Prophet, does what he says, and basically saves his people. And then you have King Tyrannus and Arthas, who don't listen to the Prophet, and things do not go well for them. Nope. No, it's not. This isn't a new game. This is Warcraft 3, which I think came out in 2001.
Yeah. Well before the World of Warcraft.
I was still in high school, so I know it came out like 3 years before WoW.
Yeah.
Because WoW came out in 2004.
It would have been 2001, I think.
I think it came out. It might have been 2000. Hey, look that up for us. That would be awesome.
Look it up.
So no, it's not a new game. It's not an update for WoW. This is a previous game, Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, and I love the title too, Reign of Chaos, because it just makes you think that the crap's going to go on in this game. It's going to be awesome. So that was the intro to the game. Now we're going to watch.
Some gameplay.
We're going to watch the next cinematic.
Okay, let's watch the next cinematic. That's what I said.
That's what I said. So this is the in-game opening, where we first meet the Prophet,
Okay.
the Raven.
The sands of time have run out, son of Duratan. The cries of war echo.
I love how it goes black
Yeah.
when it comes back.
Well, and it's this very pastoral Elysium type setting. Almost
Yes.
like someone's dying.
Yeah,
You know,
kind
these
of.
are the last
The
things they
remnants
see.
of the
And the
past
music.
scar the land.
So awesome. And again, we have the Raven. You know, they kind of have that in their...
Yeah, it's an ongoing thing.
It's an
There's
ongoing
a lot of
thing
crows
with
and
them.
ravens.
Besieged once again by conflict.
So we have the all-out war.
Yeah, it's like the raven is the blizzard's harbinger of...
Yes, I love the
Destruction.
Komodos here. Because we get this little snapshot of what kind of animal is that?
Yeah.
So awesome. I have that mount in WoW, by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. And then we've got siege weapons.
This does, Odd Future Cody does make a good point. It feels a lot like a Lord of the Rings movie. It kind of is a Lord of the Rings movie.
Well, I knew the first time I'd heard of orcs was from Warcraft. Before
Really?
I didn't read Lord of the Rings until I was
Heroes arise
ninth
to
grade.
challenge fate
I played Warcraft 1
and
when I was in
lead
7th
their
grade.
brethren to battle.
Riley 1, we're talking about Warcraft 3.
As mortal armies rush blindly towards their doom,
So, I mean, already we have this epic feeling of, like, okay, they're going to clash. And then the burning shadow comes. I think this is... Love it. And it's the green fell energy.
Yeah.
So this is our first glimpse of the Prophet.
and lead your people to their destiny.
And there's Thrall.
He's a good character.
He's kind of an ugly character.
Oh, he's an orc.
Yeah, he's an orc.
Seek me out.
It does sound, it does kind of have a similar sound to Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah.
The music.
Well, it's obviously heavily inspired by it.
Yes.
I mean, what fantasy story isn't inspired by Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, exactly. So that was the opening cinematic. So that's a dream. You ever heard of Warcraft? It is a quintessential gaming experience. Anyway, that cinematic is a dream that Thrall's having. He wakes up and that's the first mission. The tutorial mission is Thrall going to find Grom Hellscream, and it's awesome. I really wanted to play the game with you guys tonight, but I couldn't figure out how to get it to load onto the Mac. So we'll figure that out at some point, or we'll hook it up onto Colt's computer and play for you guys. But
we'll get Magic Wolf brings up a good point. We've talked a little bit about this before, is literature in gaming.
Yes.
And Magic Wolf, says that playing Warcraft got him into Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, the Shannara books. Which the Shannara books are pretty sweet, Sword of Shannara.
I could never get into them.
They're the bottom tier of my fantasy readings.
Yeah, mine too. I read them, but I never got into them.
They weren't that amazing. Anyway, but it kind of goes in that.
I kind of feel like it goes like R.A. Salvatore is on the bottom. It's like not really my favorite guy, and then you've got the Sonara guy who's Terry Goodkind.
Yeah, Terry Goodkind.
Terry Goodkind's next, and then you've got like.
Well, and then what was the one with the dragons? The dragon.
The Dragons of Pern. By Anne McAfee.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I remember
Dragon Riders of Pern.
Yeah,
I liked those. I thought they were good.
They're all right.
I could never get into like the Dragonlance books though. It was just beyond me. I think I read one and was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead with.
But I'm just saying. I think video gaming owes a lot to literature. I mean, at their heart, they're both storytelling mediums. And
Odd Future Cody says he thinks that reading was made by the devil.
That makes me sad.
It makes me sad too.
Reading is great. You need to go watch Reading Rainbow.
Just to give you guys an idea, Colt has all of the action figures. One of these days we'll stream at my house and you'll see my library.
Yep. He's got a fantastic bookshelf.
Books.
I mean, to my credit, I have a Tetris bookshelf upstairs.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's
yours is amazing. So
I love my bookshelf.
It's a good bookshelf.
Anyway, The Chronicles of Imaginarium Geographica.
I have not.
I have not either.
Sounds interesting.
I'll check it out.
Since
we're on the topic, what is your all-time favorite fantasy novel, barring Lord of the Rings / Hobbit? Because that's up there for everybody.
Yeah.
But
fantasy.
Favorite fantasy novel.
Ooh.
It's a hard question, huh?
It is a hard question.
Have you read Game of Thrones?
I have.
Is it up there for you?
It's up there. I like it because it's not what I expect from fantasy stories. Like it pulls a lot of twists. And stuff.
Like if they took the dragons out, it would be a historical novel. If it didn't have the dragons.
Yeah, and it's a great thing to say that I like it because I typically don't like politically driven stories.
Dragon Craze said Fable Heaven.
Oh, cool.
That's a good one. I like that one.
But Game of Thrones, it's very politically driven. But if you take out the swords and magic and very small doses of magic that Game of Thrones has, but it's there.
Yeah,
and the dragons. Yeah, it would be a much different.
Well, and set it in England, I think it would be the history of Henry II.
Yeah, but I mean, it's good writing.
It is.
I mean, he's a fantastic writer. It might be a little violent for some people's taste. I know it's probably a little violent.
Well, I'm fine with reading violence in a book because I mean that's fine.
Yeah, you just don't
I just don't like seeing it. But
the Once and Future King's good.
I love that one too.
That's a great one.
There's actually another one. It's a King Arthur one called The Third Magic, and it's actually a trilogy. That's King Arthur gets reincarnated in our day in the Knights of the Round Table, and it's actually a really good one. I liked it when I read it.
Cool. I always liked Chronicles of Narnia. I read those when I was really young.
They're up there for
third or fourth grade, and I always really liked them.
Yeah, made even better when you know that C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien
were
BFFs for Evs.
And I even like C.S. Lewis's non-fiction writings.
Yeah,
like his musings. Like I think Mere Christianity is one of my favorite books.
That's a good one.
The things he explores in that. And
have you ever read the Martian trilogy by him?
No.
Out of the Silent Planet?
No, I need to check that out.
So awesome.
I love the Screwtape Letters.
Yeah, I do too.
Those are awesome.
Those are awesome.
Miss Wormwood from the Calvin and Hobbes books is based on the Wormwood character.
That's awesome.
So, it's kind of cool.
Back to the topic, we kind of got off. Legend of Dragon Dance.
You know what? Odd Future Cody I wouldn't mind hearing what your favorite...
Any fiction. We love talking literature.
Yeah.
In fact, if Twitch was a literature streaming platform, we would probably just read literature on it.
I have a degree in English and literature.
I do too.
So we're very literate here. We like books and we like writing.
Yes. Which, hey, no, I forgot to tell you. The people that are... Did you see the announcement that the people that are doing the Assassin's Creed movie are making a Macbeth movie first?
Are they really?
With Michael Fassbender as Macbeth?
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's going to be awesome.
That's what did we ever talk about that?
Totally rated R, but it's going to be awesome.
That's awesome. Did we talk about Fassbender and his Assassin's Guard? Did we talk about that last time?
Talked about it last time.
Moving on then. Aragon was okay. I liked Aragon. It hit a lot of similar notes in a lot of other fiction stories, fantasy stories.
Riley, what? 5% of my focus is on this stream. I'm glad that we could take up 5% of your focus.
Thank you for giving us that 5%.
If you could give us 6%, we may be able to make you laugh, but I understand.
Magic Wolf, I think you're onto something there. Watching people read instead of play games.
I think it's being it. Let's do it. What could we call that channel? What would that website be?
Book Ledger.
No, you got Twitch for gaming, and what's the opposite of Twitch?
I don't know.
What is the opposite of Twitch? Dead? I don't even know.
Sit in a cozy chair with a cup of cocoa. .tv.
Heck yeah. Romance theater. Fahrenheit 451. I love Fahrenheit 451 on
I Am
Future
Legend's
Cody.
Cool. I Am Legend is really cool.
28%.
28%. Yes. Thank you.
Ender's Game. I wasn't a fan of Ender's Game.
Me neither.
All right. Thank you for your guys' opinion on favorite stories.
Ooh, I like that. Stare. For the channel name.
That would be great.
Just stare.
Stare.
I like it.
Dante's Inferno. Very good. I will say that the Paradiso... I liked Paradiso better than Inferno, but Inferno's more famous. Purgatorio, hardly anybody ever reads it.
Yeah.
But I liked him going into heaven with Beatrice and
it was cool.
Experiencing that. I thought that was really cool.
I'm still waiting for that game, by the way. I did Inferno.
Paradise.
Let's do the other
Dante's
side of it.
Paradise.
Dante's Paradise.
Where instead of killing people with a sickle, you...
I think you should just walk around playing harps and reading angelic texts.
Yeah, totally. Anyway, back to Warcraft. It does have a Lord of the Rings vibe. I don't think we'll ever be able to get out of Tolkien's shadow. No. Because he is such a fantastic world builder. But
fantasy fiction owes everything.
A lot. They do owe a lot to him. But I do think that it stands on its own as well. So let's talk about Thrall.
Okay.
Just a little bit as a character.
Tell us about Thrall.
So he started out life as a slave. And he basically escaped from slavery and became the leader of the Horde, which is...
Quick sidebar. Do you remember that Blizzard was going to make a game based on Thrall?
Yes, I do.
And it was had very cartoony graphics, and it was more of an adventure game.
Yes.
But it was him...
As a slave.
Yep. Breaking free of that.
Yes.
But they never made it. And it was it was almost complete. Yeah. And then Blizzard axed it because they weren't satisfied with it.
Yeah.
Like, all the voice acting was there and everything. Interesting. Yeah.
Anyway. So anyway, he rose from being a slave to being the leader of the Horde, forming the Horde, basically saving them. This game is basically his story. But there's two main characters. Well, you can't even say two. There are a crap ton of main characters in this game.
There's a lot.
But the two that really stand out are Thrall and Arthas. And when you look at them as the antithesis of each other, I think that the point of the game really comes clear. So, Thrall is a shaman, which means he uses a lot of the powers of the earth. When you play him, he has a lightning strike that he calls lightning down and strikes his enemies with lightning, and it's freaking awesome. But on the flip side of that, you have Arthas. And I think that's actually the next cutscene, is Arthas. I want to make sure. I'm forgetting my...
It's so frosty up here. I feel like morning.
Yeah. Beowulf is great.
Did you ever? There's a book that it's more of a modern book. I think it was written in the 70s, but it was called Grendel. Same story, but told from Grendel's perspective.
Really?
It was really cool.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
So this is... No, okay, so I forgot. Here we're going to meet Arthas' father, King Tyrannus. This is Lord Iran. I love just, like, the little like the ants and or the little details they put in their cinematics. They're so awesome.
Well, they always have very grand spaces. Like, very cathedral-like spaces. Like, this reminds me of the Angels' Council.
Oh, by far, yeah, for sure.
You know?
Yes.
How many times must I repeat myself? King Tyrannus, you must heed my warning. This plague that has gripped the Northlands could have dire ramifications.
I love this transformation. They're just like, there's a crow. What the crap?
What are you proposing that we do? It is simple. As I have said, Kirin Tor are already prepared to place the villages under strict quarantine. I will not institute quarantine without proof of your claims, Ambassador. The people of Lordaeron have suffered enough without becoming prisoners.
Yeah, 13th Warrior was fantastic.
I didn't see it.
It's a book.
Is it really?
Eaters of the Dead is the name of the book.
I'll check it out.
But yeah, it's a retelling of the Beowulf story.
So what I find interesting here is that he is shrouded in green as well. And we kind of, in the Warcraft lore, we kind of associate green with the Fel energy and with the Legion.
That's true, yeah.
So it's interesting they chose green mist for him.
Humanity is in peril. The tides of darkness have come again, and the whole world
Call back to the original game.
Yeah.
Tides of Darkness.
Enough of this. Guards, remove this madman. Hear me. The only hope for your people is to travel west.
You can't really call someone a madman if you can shapeshift from a crow.
Yeah, exactly. They're just acting like
I'd
this
listen
is
to
totally
him. I'd
normal.
listen to him.
People do this all the time. He must be a druid. You know?
He's just a crazy drunk.
Yeah, crazy drunk.
Our lands are beset by conflict.
They are great cinematics. I mean, they look beautiful. Even now, I mean, there aren't a lot of PlayStation 4 games that have this quality of cinematic in them. I mean, look at the detail on
Well, you
it.
just see the detail in the cloth and everything.
And his beard and everything. It's just so awesome.
I shall find another will. A warning has been given. Their fate is now their own.
We're just going to watch the next one because I think it's the Arthas one.
Okay.
Yes, it
Odd
is.
Future Cody, I love Prince of Persia.
So do I.
We'll cover those games at some point, I
Okay. I want to build because I don't know how many people in our chat know what's going on right now.
think. Okay.
So the man we're about to meet is Arthas. He is the prince of this kingdom, the man that we just saw as his dad,
Yes.
King Tyrannus.
Yes.
Arthas has been on this quest to rid his land of this plague that are turning them into the undead, basically turning them into zombies. So in the midst of going on this quest, he basically gave his soul up to wield Frostmourne. And he's kind of gone a little bit on the dark side.
Well, he basically committed genocide of
He
the
did.
entire...
He killed all of his guys.
Yeah.
He killed all of his own men.
And wasn't Jaina Proudmoore with him at one point?
She's not dead.
She's not dead, but she was with him at one point.
She's in love with him. Jaina Proudmoore's in love with Arthas.
Yeah, but she was with him on this mission, and she walked away from it. She said, no, I'm not.
Right, because he destroyed all of the people in
Yeah.
Strathholm.
Yeah.
Was the name of the city.
Thank you.
I'm intimately familiar with it because this was one of my favorite lores in all video gaming. Is Warcraft. I watch Warcraft lore movies on YouTube instead of sleeping. But anyway, It's
I need to say with Dark Souls lore.
Love it. So he's been gone for like 3 years. We don't know where he's been. We don't know what's been going on with him. The bells ringing are announcing his arrival home.
Okay.
And this is what we get. Now, mind you, in the game, we don't know exactly what's happened to him either. So the last mission that we see is he kills Tichondrus, which is a demon lord. And then we get this cinematic.
Okay.
I will just say one thing. One more before I push play. Bar none, this is my favorite Blizzard cinematic. This one.
Even better than Tyrael?
Better, yes. Okay. As epic as that
That
sauce
one is pretty it.
That one is so epic. This one is my favorite.
Okay.
Because it's just so... I don't want to spoil it.
It drips Blizzard.
It's so awesome. It's so awesome, Blizzard. I mean...
Even the water. Those are impressive water effects.
So awesome. You've got the rose petals coming down. The people are so excited to have their prince back.
This makes me want to go watch Gladiator.
Yeah. Here we see him.
But we don't see him yet.
This is the... I love how he just...
Oh, yeah. You see the skulls on his...
Yes. So technically he's a Death Knight at this point.
Yeah.
And he pulls out his sword, which is Frostmourne.
My son. You no longer need to sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your
That was a
crown.
wicked blade.
I've taken care of everything. What are you doing, my son? Succeeding you, father.
Regicide and Patricide all in one.
Oh, so...
Nothing's more iconic than a broken
Yeah,
crown.
nothing.
And from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
Okay, I don't know if you guys heard what was said. So Arthas goes up to his father. His father says, "What are you doing?" And right before he stabs him, he says, "I'm succeeding you." It's just so awesome the way they did all of it. Because you've got the rose petals and it's like this triumphant entry, and then all of a sudden you realize something is seriously wrong with this guy. I mean, we kind of knew...
His countenance is falling.
Yeah, and he's become a fallen hero, because at the beginning of Warcraft 3, he's a paladin. I mean, he's this warrior for righteousness, and he's the apprentice of Uther, the Lightbringer. I mean, he's like... This guy's awesome, and then as he descends into madness, we get to see him do that, and then eventually he kills his father.
Yeah,
and
it's
such a twist, because even playing the game, you do not see this coming.
No, he's incorruptible.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden,
bam,
he's a Death Knight.
Yeah, and he looks so awesome.
Yeah,
and the sword is so amazing.
Yeah, that sword's rad.
You missed the whole thing. I'm so sorry, Odd Future Cody. I can play it again for you. Do you want to watch it again? Or we can move on?
Let's move on.
We're going to move on. Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about that idea of the fallen hero, because I think we see that a lot. That theme come up a lot in gaming.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's that whole, it's a good way, it's a good narrative, because... you know, because if you have a fallen hero, you have the opportunity for redemption.
Yes.
And a redemption story is a good way to tell a story.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about redemption in video games before.
Yeah, we've talked about Red Dead.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah. So yeah, I think that's the appeal of the fallen hero story.
Yeah.
Is that there's the possibility of redemption.
Yes.
Or there's the possibility of complete damnation.
Yeah.
You know?
And the thing that's really awesome, so this game, I'm 90% positive this game came out in 2001.
Okay.
So we play it. We get absolutely no update on the story of Arthas until Wrath of the Lich King, which came out in 2012.
That's true.
So we're waiting 11 years to resolve this moment. To resolve what just happened, we wait 11 years, and it was agonizing for me. Because obviously he's still, the Lich King's still there. He's still a threat. I started playing Vanilla WoW, and I'm like, what the crap, when are we going to see the Lich King? They announced the expansion Wrath of the Lich King, and I kid you not, I was overjoyed.
Nice. Because,
one, you get to play as a Death Knight, which, how awesome is that? And two, we finally get to see the denouement of this whole story.
Nice word.
Thank you. Nice. And it was totally worth the wait, by the way. If you guys haven't played WoW, Wrath of the Lich King by far is my favorite expansion because we get to see all of this come back.
Cool.
So we may do another show about that.
Yeah, we can go into Wrath of the Lich King more in depth. I'm fine with that.
But it is really interesting.
Hashtag Comcrash.
Comcrash.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Yes. If that doesn't work,
I hear that works.
pour coffee on it. I'm not even sure what the next cinematic is. We're gonna see.
Boot it up.
Oh, it's this one. Yes, it's Archimond. I love this game. I love this game so much. If you can't tell,
you're like on the edge of your seat.
I don't. If you guys cannot tell, I love this game so much. So this is Archimond. He's a demon and a badass.
He looks very wise for a demon.
Here we're seeing Dalaran. So this is the destruction of Dalaran, which is a city of mages where Jaina Proudmoore lives. And he's calling down destruction upon them. Unless I'm forgetting. So I love that he creates the city out of sand, and then he just...
Well, it's basically it's like a kid building a sandcastle on the beach.
Yes.
And letting the tide take it.
And then, tower falls. And he just takes the whole city out. There's so much going on in this game. I didn't get the subtitles with it, but he's basically saying, "I showed them." So this next one should be Illidan. Is it Illidan? No. Okay, we're gonna pause this for just a second.
Okay.
Beyond the one that we just watched, the cinematic of Arthas killing his father, I think this is one of the most iconic moments in Warcraft lore.
Okay.
So basically what happened is these really bad guys, the guy we just saw, Archimond and Kil'jaeden, they convinced the orcs to drink the blood of a demon. The demon's name was Manaroth. That's how they went all green, and it drove them into a bloodlust. And so what we're seeing here is Thrall and Grom Hellscream hunting down Manaroth.
Nice.
And some pretty epic stuff's gonna happen.
How awesome are those names, though? Thrall, Grom, Hellscream.
Isn't Hellscream a
Hellscream
great
is
name?
a great name.
It's a great name.
Magic Wolf wants to know if we have gameplay.
We do. Do you guys want to just skip to the gameplay? Let's watch this last cinematic,
And then we'll show
some gameplay.
Okay.
Because this cinematic. So here we're already seeing Thrall wielding Doomhammer.
Yep.
Which is so awesome. I love this game, Colt.
It's an epic spear. Starscream, yes.
Starscream. The great deflection by Manaroth there. Knocks Thrall out.
Hellscream! It's awesome.
Yeah, stabs him in the chest with his axe. And then he explodes.
Look at that. You know, they say cool guys walk away from explosions. Don't look at them. He totally just face down an explosion.
He does. And then he dies.
He's a cool guy.
So basically, in defeating Manaroth, he's released the entire orc race from this bloodlust.
The blood haze has lifted. The demon's fire has burned out in my veins.
See, if that's not a redemption story, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it is awesome. This game plays a lot. I mean, there's a lot of redemption. There's a lot of loss. There's a lot of
sacrifice.
a lot of sacrifice. A lot of stuff going into this game.
No, old friend. You freed us all.
I so bad want to see the one with Illidan, but it's okay. We're going to come back to this story. The really interesting thing about this character that just died, Grom Hellscream, his son, Garrosh, becomes the leader of the Horde when Thrall decides to retire. Mm-hmm. And he basically, everything just goes to crap. And he destroys an entire continent, and he becomes a really bad guy, and he's eventually the end boss of Miss Pandaria is Garrosh, and you defeat him. And anyway, he had a lot of daddy issues, obviously.
He does some pretty dick moves.
He does indeed. So, but anyway, we will show you guys some gameplay now, if I can get my stuff to load here.
Uno momento, viewers.
Yes. Just one moment.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the gameplay.
Yeah, and I love the artwork that's in the
I do
manuals
too.
and stuff. I've always loved it ever since Warcraft 2. I've loved it.
Yes.
Loved it.
So this is an RTS game. It's a real-time strategy game. You collect mine, you cut down trees, develop all sorts of stuff. I was playing as a human. I wish I would have played as orcs, because what did the orcs say? What did the POs say?
Job's done.
Done.
No, that's what that's what these guys say.
Yeah, what did the orcs say?
That's what orcs say. They just get mad.
Lotar Ogar.
Stop.
Anyway, so this is the gameplay. You've got your town hall where you create peons. You've got your mine, and then you build barracks and try to take out the other team.
Yep.
So it's very similar to StarCraft, actually. Like, incredibly similar. The difference is the games in Warcraft tend to go on a lot longer. There's a lot long-term strategy, as opposed to StarCraft, which those games go, 15 to 30 minutes. These games tend to go a little bit longer because of the slower nature of the game. But very similar. Warcraft 3 introduced a lot more playable races. In Warcraft 2, we only had humans and orcs. In Warcraft 3, we had humans, orcs, night elves, undead. I think that was all the playable races. But it also introduced us dwarves and Naga and demon hunters and Meave's Shadow Song, which she could be a show all in of herself. She's a crazy lady. But anyway, introduced us to Malthurian, who was one of my favorite characters as well.
I just love all these sounds. Ready to work.
You feel like it could be better if it wasn't an RTS. I think Blizzard felt the same way, and that's why they made World of Warcraft. I think they felt that telling the story they wanted to tell, the MMORPG would work better for that.
Yeah. One thing that they did a little different in Warcraft 3 from Warcraft 1 and 2 is they gave you, in some missions, they gave you control over heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was...
you have a hero unit in every mission.
Yeah. But
you play as Thrall, you play as Arthas, you play as Illidan.
Mm-hmm.
You have a hero unit in every mission.
Yeah.
So,
and I thought that was interesting that they did that. And,
and that really separated them.
It really focused the narrative.
Yeah, and it made you invested in the characters for sure. But it also really separated them from the established ones like Command and Conquer, Red Alert, where you didn't really have those hero units. Yeah. Civilization. I can see why you'd think it reminds you of Civilization. Civilization is a little different though, because you're building city. That's more of like a 4X game. Explore, expand, exploit, and what's the other one? Exterminate? What's the other X?
Expunge.
Anyway, where this is more of an RTS. And this game, I sunk a ton of hours into playing this game online with other people. And it's still, they still have competitive games of this. They had the World Championship, or even like in November at BlizzCon, they'll have a Warcraft 3 competition. It's still a game that gets played.
Nice.
Similar to StarCraft 1, even though we have StarCraft 2.
Very cool.
What don't you like about the RTS game, Dragon Craze? I'd love to know. Too slow?
Ready for action.
Because even like, I think the other game that came out about the same time and kind of had the same setting was Age of Mythology.
Yeah.
But I feel like Age of Mythology just kind of threw a bunch of stuff we already knew, like it was Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology and all of that, and it's an awesome game in and of itself, but it doesn't make the list because I don't feel like it brought anything new to the table.
Yeah, in the end, it's largely forgettable.
Yeah, and Warcraft 3 is not forgettable. The story that they tell and the gameplay, the way they've developed everything and put it all together, it's just awesome. Clash of Clans.
I agree with Riley 1.
I do too.
Off I go then.
Sorry, Magic Wolf, but it's true.
Dragon Craze doesn't want to have to wait for stuff to build.
Well, you can pay to win these days.
Ready for
Talking about RTS games, I think that's the point kind of about the RTS game. And it's a strategy game. It's like Risk.
Yeah.
You
It
kind
adds
of
a
have
sense
to.
of urgency.
Yeah, you have to build up this
Aye, my lord.
mini economy, so to speak, to fund your army, and that's what I kind of like about it. It's
Yeah.
more realistic take on the
and
strategy
you're
game.
going to fail a lot of missions
Yeah.
as you play until you figure out the proper balance and stuff like that. But once you finally do hit that balance and you succeed, it's gratifying.
Yeah, it
It
is
feels
very
like you've
gratifying.
accomplished something.
I don't even like StarCraft. I know like the professional StarCraft players are able to do like 200 actions a minute,
Yeah.
and I'm like, whatevs, I can do 30.
It's like, take it easy.
Yes, like come on now. But there's still that sense of satisfaction when you actually employ a strategy that is able to take out another human being
Yeah.
in StarCraft.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing with
It is a cheap move. I think pay to win.
well,
Job's done.
and it's
Sorry.
it's so geared towards that. It's like, okay, you can use your gems to speed up building, and they give you these gems in the early beginning and suck you into that method of playing. And then later in the game, when you're out of gems, it's like, oh, but you can buy more gems to use
Yeah.
to speed up your game.
Aye.
And then but even if you want to do it the legitimate way, everything is completely slowed down, like way beyond reasonable limits.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like, okay, well, I can either wait 2 days to build this structure, 2 real-time days
Yeah.
to build the structure, or I can,
Pay 99 cents and get it now.
yeah. I mean,
Well, and I mean, those games are really hot right now.
they are.
This is a gameplay recording that I found that we're watching.
I'm playing right now. It's tracking my eye movement,
What is it?
right? We have that technology here.
We totally do.
Off I go then.
But we're just playing against a computer. It's not competing against anybody, just playing against a computer. To show you guys the gameplay. I really wanted to play the game with you guys live, but I couldn't get it set up on my Mac.
Yeah.
So we will revisit this game once we have a better streaming solution.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Lock and loaded.
Whenever everything here is just so much more
Job's done.
brighter. It
Research.
has that distinct Warcraft art style.
Yeah, it does.
It deals with pretty heavy themes.
Very
but
much
it's still
so.
a very bright. and
It's a
colorful
beautiful game. I still think it holds up. I mean, I don't think the graphics are, considering this
Uh-huh.
came out 14 years ago, I still think it holds up really well.
Well, it's the same idea with the like Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. That game still
Yeah,
looks
still
amazing today.
beautiful game.
because of
I
the
would even
art-
say
the
that,
art
like,
decision.
Link to the Past is still a beautiful game.
Absolutely, and it's because of how they chose to represent the game through their art styles. You can either go hyper realism,
Yeah.
but in a few years that's going to look dated.
Yeah.
But if you go with more of a classic art style, it stands the test of time.
Yeah.
Love the rifleman.
Me too. So you can pick up, like, this is a pendant of energy, so you can give it to your hero, and he can get extra powers and stuff. This is right here. This is a troll house, so you can buy items. Very similar. If you guys have played Dota or League of Legends, it's a very similar idea. The difference is that this is a top-down, and you're controlling all of the units on the field, versus being third-person, straight on camera, and controlling one unit on the field.
Yeah.
So, like we said at the beginning of the stream, the whole MOBA genre evolved out of Warcraft 3.
Yes.
So it's a fairly important game, just in terms of history. of games that came after it. It really did lead to a whole lot of new games and new ideas. And it didn't create quite the world phenomenon that StarCraft did. I mean, StarCraft, I think Blizzard would be perfectly okay just living off of the royalties of StarCraft.
Yeah.
But it is, I think, in terms of market penetration, this game sold like 3 million copies. There was, I mean, a lot.
It's pretty
good. And it continues to sell. Yes, MOBAs are like League of Legends and Dota. Heroes of the Storm. Multiple online battle arenas or something.
Like
I can't remember what it stands for. Online battle arenas, but I don't remember what the M is. Multiplayer, I
Probably
think.
multiplayer.
And it seems like everybody and their dog's coming out with a MOBA. So they're pretty big right now, too.
I want to see a Mortal Kombat MOBA.
That would be sweet.
It'd be kind of fun.
I would totally explain to you guys the strategy if that's what you want, but basically what he's doing is he's building multiple barracks, training up more people, and he's just going to wipe out the enemy. But again, very similar to StarCraft.
Yeah.
So they're talking about app games.
Yeah, they got onto apps.
I haven't played the new Angry Birds yet.
I got really bored with the original Angry Birds. They kind of drew me back in a little bit when they did Star Wars Angry Birds.
Loved it. I loved it.
I played it, and I kept having problems. It kept crashing on me. So then I was like, whatever.
They did like a fantasy RPG Angry Birds.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what it was called. Angry Bird Heroes, maybe? I don't remember. That one was interesting. But I think I only played it for like 2 days.
Well, and then they did like a pigs game where you like had to build cars and vehicles and stuff.
Yeah, Angry Birds Go.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
But we are getting a live-action movie, so...
Wow.
Of Angry Birds.
We already got Battleship.
Yes.
So, anything's game now.
Anything is game. I'm waiting for the Uno. The Uno
That'll be
movie.
intense. Draw 4. The color's red.
Phase 10. Because you never know what phase you're in.
I can't wait for the live action Guess Who.
Yes!
You know what, though? The best board game movie ever is Clue.
Oh, I completely agree.
That movie is
I
fantastic.
love that movie.
They didn't need to make any more after that. When do you think they're going to make Monopoly?
I have no idea. Didn't they do that?
Oh,
what
yeah.
did they
Wolf
call
of
it?
Wall
Wolf
Street.
of Wall Street, yeah. That's exactly what I was going to say. Dude, that book's insane. Have you read that book?
I haven't.
Did you watch the movie?
No. I don't care.
I haven't. I'm not going to watch the movie because I don't need to watch that depravity.
I love Leo, but
Yeah.
Just
Who
don't care-
doesn't love
just don't
Leo?
care about the movie.
Who doesn't love Leo?
the Academy, that's who doesn't love Leo.
Well, they've got
F those
They've
guys.
got sticks up their asses. Anyway, no, the Wolf of Wall Street book. I started reading it and I was like, all right, I think I'm done now. After about the 50th F word.
Right.
Which ending though? You should make a movie night on your channel. We should. Friday Nights at Freddy's movie. Which ending? You know, my favorite ending was the, for Clue, was the, is it Mrs. Scarlet? Which was the one? No, Mrs. Peacock.
Yeah.
I loved that one.
Well, the genius thing about that is when they released that in theaters, they showed different endings in different theaters,
Yeah,
so
they
nobody
did.
knew the true ending.
Yeah.
You know, the video, the VHS, and then now DVD release has all three endings, one after the other. But that was a cool movie. You don't see stuff like that anymore.
It was awesome. That and Tim Curry.
I'm just choosing to ignore your PT jab. I read it, and I didn't appreciate it, Magic Wolf. PT is still a very sensitive subject around Game Ledger.
It is a sensitive subject.
In fact, we're just going to have another PT night since we lost our footage, because that was a good night.
It was a good night. We should do a movie night, though.
Movie night would be fun.
We'll watch a movie and talk about the movie. That would be sweet.
Discuss movies.
Can we do that, though? Like, what are the copyright on that?
I think as long as we're, like, just discussing a movie, I don't think we could actually watch a movie. We could show trailers and stuff.
How is that different than playing a game, though?
I don't know.
I have to look into that one, but it's a good idea.
Hollywood's a bunch of dicks anyway.
Yes, indeed. Make a movie night.
But I think we could at least talk about movies.
We could talk about movies a lot. Actually, Tuesday could be game night and Thursday could be movie night.
No, we haven't talked about it Until Dawn yet, Magic Wolf.
We haven't.
I finished it.
And?
I liked it.
Yeah?
It was cheesy, but it was fun because it was like a lot, those old 80s horror movies.
Right.
Story didn't quite go where I wanted it to go, but it was still enjoyable.
What do you think of the, they're doing a TV series with Bruce Campbell as Ash?
Yeah, I saw that. The Evil Dead.
Yeah, but what is it called?
I can't remember what it's called, though.
I love those movies. Isn't that weird?
Isn't that weird, though?
Because it's like...
Because I don't like hardcore horror.
Violence. Yeah. It starts with, like,
and
the original Evil Dead.
Shifted into, like, parody
awesomeness.
Comedy. And it's just like, what happened?
Well, and the original
Evil Dead 2 is basically a remake of Evil Dead 1.
Exactly.
And then all of a sudden
but
Army
with
of Darkness
more humor.
is there. Yeah, like, it's goofy.
Like, when he shoots the hand and, like, it just completely sprays out the green blood, it's like, what is going on?
I need to watch those movies again. I never did see the remake, the newest one that came out.
I didn't see it either.
Years ago. It looked pretty intense.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch that.
Army of Darkness is great, though.
Army of Darkness.
The boomstick.
Yes, I love that. I love Army of Darkness.
Are you talking about Until Dawn, Dragon Craze?
I would assume, yes.
As much as I love the Wendigo legend that they pulled in for Until Dawn, I really wish they would have stuck with the psycho killer aspect. Once the twist that the psycho killer wasn't really a psycho killer, it kind of lost steam. I think it would have been a lot more fun game. So yeah, I wasn't ultimately satisfied with the supernaturalness of it, if you can call it that, where it all of a sudden turned into a monster flick. But it was still fun.
Right.
I think I would have rather it had been just a straight up slasher type game, because I think that would have been more fun. And I think that's what they were going for anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a lot of the promotional stuff was geared towards. And so it just kind of felt like an unnecessary twist.
Right.
So. But still a fun game. Still worth a playthrough.
Yes. Oh, I remember I was going to tell you. They're doing a sequel to Divinity Original Sin.
Yeah, I remember.
Isn't that awesome?
And
I'm super excited about it.
The original one they're releasing on PS4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's an awesome game. I mean, the whole idea, I think it will probably end up on our list at some point, because I think the idea of being able to role play inside of the game, because you control the two characters, right? Mm-hmm. And you can actually choose the dialogue for the two characters and have them fight.
That's cool.
And you can actually role play these two characters, so you kind of become more invested in them, because you're developing their character and you decide what it is that they're going to say and what they want to do and everything. And I thought it was a great game. I watched the gameplay trailer that they released for 2, and it looks like they're cleaning up a lot of like the combat issues that I had with it and everything. I think it's going to be an amazing game. That, and I really liked the story.
Cool.
So I'm excited for that. Also, Tides of Numeria is coming out sometime in the near future. Sometime. We will be playing that game live, because holy crap, Planescape Torment is my favorite game ever. You need to play it.
I just read a list in a PC Gaming Magazine. It was like the top 100 PC games, and Planescape was on there. But I was surprised that they had Diablo 3 on the list, but they didn't have Diablo 2. I thought that was interesting.
That's kind of a trend I've seen lately, because when Diablo 3 first came out, everybody hated it, but it's changed so much that it's really gotten better. And I was thinking about it, and I think actually that was kind of the same reaction to Diablo 2.
It was.
Was everybody said, well, this game sucks. I mean, obviously the story didn't suck.
Right.
I don't remember people critiquing
no one's
the
ever
story.
complaining about the story. The story is amazing.
There were a lot of people complaining about Leah in Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I actually liked her. I thought the whole twist with Adria was like kind of obvious.
Yeah.
I saw that coming.
Coming.
And I also saw the whole...
I never trusted Adrian in the first Diablo game.
I didn't either.
So I knew she was up to no good.
Yeah.
Never trust a witch.
I loved hunting her down in Reaper of Souls.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
So sweet.
It was very
But
satisfying.
I'm pretty sure at BlizzCon, which I bought a virtual ticket to BlizzCon, we'll see... I'm predicting a couple of things.
Are we going to see an expansion?
We'll see an expansion for Diablo 3.
Where Leah is resurrected?
I don't know. I think
aspect.
she's lost.
Think she's gone for good?
I think we'll see the Nephilim become a much greater threat. And so we'll kind of see...
Weren't we talking about how it would be cool if they made a game where the Nephilim is the
villain?
big bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That'd be cool. Your new hero. And
which they kind of hint at the end of Reaper of Souls.
yeah.
But I definitely think we'll see an expansion for Reaper of Souls. And I think we'll see a new game. A new type of game. We're obviously going to learn a lot about Overwatch.
Yeah.
Which is their first-person shooter game. But I think we're going to hear a little bit about a new game.
Cool.
Obviously, we'll hear a lot more about Legion, which is the next WoW expansion, and Legacy of the Void as well.
Yeah.
We'll see a lot about that. But I do think that we'll see an expansion for Diablo, and I think it will be centered around the Nephilim.
Cool.
So that will be cool. But I haven't been following on chat.
Magical was talking a lot about Until Dawn, but then he also said that he'd like to see a kind of a choose-your-own horror genre game, where based on the choices it determines the actual type of horror game it is. So it could be like a slasher game, could be a supernatural ghost story game, it could be a monster game,
right?
Based on your choices. So I think it's a great idea. I think it'd be cool to see.
That would be cool.
See things like that.
Awesome.
Well, I feel like we're kind of wrapping up here.
Yes.
Before we take off, is there any final words you want to say about Warcraft 3, Warcraft in general?
Just play it. I think it's one of those games, even if you don't like RTSs, I think it changed gamer culture so much. I mean, it led to World of Warcraft, which is undeniably...
Yeah, you can't deny its success and its resonance with gamers. But even if you don't like World of Warcraft, like I don't really care much about World of Warcraft, but I love the first 3 Warcraft games.
Exactly.
Love them.
And I think
because they do such a good job storytelling, and their lore is fantastic.
Well, and even beyond the storytelling, I just experiencing the hero mechanic and seeing how they've structured. I mean, because the whole game plays out through acts, and seeing how they structured this game kind of like a 4-act play.
Yeah. And
it's an amazing game. I think it was amazing for its time, and it's held up really, really well. And I don't think it's going to be, I think still in 15 years people are going to be talking about Warcraft 3. I think it is a game that will stand the test of time because it is an incredibly well-made game. And I feel the same way about the original StarCraft. StarCraft 2 is really good. I'm not knocking it, but StarCraft was perfect. I mean, the balance was there. Everything worked really well. And I just feel like Blizzard is one of the best game developers out there right now. And if I had to list their games in terms of which one I think is best, Warcraft 3 would be at the top. I think it is the best example of them at their peak. Storytelling-wise, gameplay-wise, and even the mechanics of the game, everything. The soundtrack, the voice acting, everything is amazing.
Cool.
So, that's what I think.
TP Poker.
Hey, TT.
Says hello and good evening, and yes, you can ask a question if you want.
Yes, feel free.
I don't mind. I really don't.
Yes, Dragon Craze, your character in Diablo was the Nephilim.
Mm-hmm. And so we're predicting that in the next Diablo 3 expansion, the main enemy is going to be your Nephilim character.
Yeah, and I think that would be like such a cool twist because instead of going out and taking down monsters, you're going to be defending yourself from an onslaught of monsters. I think it would be a great shift for gameplay on Diablo 3. I think it would really refreshen it.
Oh, future Cody, that's funny.
Where is she at?
She's right up there.
Oh, yeah.
That's my wife.
Your wife.
My lady.
That is awesome.
She is deadly. She's a freaking ninja. Don't mess with her.
She's a ninja. That was my ninja move.
That's my lady.
Yes. Did TT Poker go away? Where'd he go?
I don't know. I haven't seen his question pop up yet.
I haven't seen his question either.
So, yeah. TP Poker, if you're still there, we're waiting for your question.
We are waiting for your question.
Dun, 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 dun. So what do we talk about while we're waiting?
We talk about Illidan.
Okay. Tell us about Illidan. Why do you like Illidan?
We didn't even see him in the game.
You said he was your favorite character, right?
Him and Arthas, yeah.
Okay.
I think Arthas is this. If you guys are bored and you really want to read a kind of a quick, dirty fantasy novel, it's called Arthas, Rise of the Lich King. It's by Christy Golden. It's a Warcraft novel. It's really a really great insight into the character of Arthas.
Cool.
We haven't gotten a book on
Zappy Radical.
Way to go, Riley 1. Way to be sneaky. Anyway, it's a really great look into the motivations behind Arthas. But Illidan starts out life as a night elf, falls in love with a girl. He's got a twin brother who's more badass than him because he's an arc druid. Girl falls in love with his twin brother. Illidan decides to consume a magical artifact and grow horns and becomes a demon, and then becomes the ruler of Outland. And you totally take him down in Burning Crusade, the first expansion for WoW. Nice. And that was such an amazing cinematic because you see everything that's going on in the Burning Crusade, and then you finally see Illidan holding the skull of Gul'dan, and he's like, "You are not prepared." And I'm like, I'm totally not prepared for this. And you take him down in the Black Temple. So awesome. But he's coming back in Legion, we think. The cinematic kind of made it seem like Illidan's coming back. But I think just because his story is kind of the flip of Arthas. They're both out for power. They both want power. They both will do anything to... Well, Arthas starts out sacrificing anything to save his people, and in the end, he completely destroys his people. I mean, he obliterates Lordaeron, which is his country, and
right.
He becomes the downfall of his people. And
yes, rest in peace.
Rest in
Poker.
peace. We will miss you.
Sorry, Zappy Radical. If you feel you must report us, go for it.
Yes, please report us to the Twitch police.
Bring it on.
You gotta say that in your Batman voice for him.
Bring it on.
There you go. Anyway, he's just Illidan. I mean, he's basically doing everything just to win the love of Tyrande, and everything he does backfires on him. And eventually, he basically starts working for the Legion, and just nothing works. And then he finds there's the epic fight between Arthas and Illidan in Icecrown, and that's where Illidan's life really kind of unravels. You know, he's been in prison for 10,000 years because of what happened with the night, the Well of Eternity, and he finally gets out. And anyway, he's just a really interesting character because of his character arc and what happens with him and how things finally end up with him. You know, he goes from being a prisoner to being the Lord of Outland and basically ruling over everybody. And then some heroes go into the temple and kill him. So it's just a really interesting story arc. Yes, we're still talking about WoW.
The Jacob JJ99.
I
don't think we've had them on before, have we?
I don't think so either. Welcome.
Same with Zappy Radical.
Zappy Radical. Welcome to both of you. I'm really sad that TT Poker left.
Yeah. But Zappy Radical, he sent us an emoji of a cop in a letter. So I think he reported us.
Oh, shit.
Dang it. Now they're going to be kicking in my basement door. We've got weapons down here. We can fend them off.
Yeah.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Rob.
Like, what do you mean, everything?
Do you guys ever do gaming talk shows that involve everything?
So what we try to do is we try to focus on themes and talk about games that fit within that theme. Tonight's theme was
Fallen Heroes.
And so we've been talking about Warcraft 3.
Yes.
Which, by extension, you kind of have to talk about World of Warcraft.
Yeah, you do.
But, yeah.
Because, that's basically... That's the whole theme of World of Warcraft is Fallen Heroes. I mean, even what they did with Jaina. Have you followed her character and the story and all that? You know, she was presented as this really pure person, and she was friends with Thrall, and they interact in Warcraft 3. You see a little bit of their friendship starting. She becomes really, really good friends with Thrall, and then they basically turn her into this vindictive character that just wants the Horde destroyed. And so it's really interesting because they just keep coming back to this idea of the fallen hero. I think they will redeem Jaina at some point. But even like Sylvanas, one of the other characters, there's so many characters in Warcraft 3. Sylvanas Windrunner, she's killed by the Lich King and he raises her as a banshee and she basically becomes the leader of the undead. And everybody in WoW character...
Thanks, Jacob. JJ99. He's going to give us a follow.
Sweet. Did you follow?
We do. We really like the idea of topics and themes in gaming. If you go back and look at our archive, we have some really interesting things where we talk about Lovecraftian themes in gaming. We talk a lot about Bloodborne in that one. We talked about Redemption with Red Dead Redemption. And
yes.
Those themes. So
we've done a lot. It seems like we've done a lot of shows.
It does. And we've enjoyed it.
It's been so much fun.
Basically what we're trying to have a
intellectual conversation.
Yeah, more of an intellectual conversation about video gaming. Not,
Although
why we like it, but also tie it in to, our backgrounds, like literature and storytelling and things like that. So
yes. Sometimes our fanboy comes out. Like mine did tonight.
Yeah. Which is
But
fun.
that's good, right?
So, yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, should we... So Jacob JJ99's following us. We need to give him a welcome.
We totally do. We have to sing. You ready? We don't sing. We don't sing.
I ain't no singing.
Wait, I gotta make sure that I say it right.
Okay, so...
You ready?
The Jacob JJ99. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
The Jacob JJ99. Thank you for following.
Yeah. We'd love to have you.
Yes.
And we,
Yeah, when Riley 1 started watching us, we were still talking about our 50 top games. So we still talk about them randomly.
Yeah, we intersperse them in between our dialogue.
Yeah.
But no, we
Warcraft 3 was on our list, so we can check that off. And Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite were on our list as well.
Yeah,
so
we
checked them off.
We talked about those.
Bloodborne wasn't on our list, but I think we were going to put it on.
I think we were going to knock out GTA 2.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Wait, Riley 1, I know we did for you.
I'm sure we gave you one.
But just because we love you, Riley 1, we'll do it again for you right now.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Riley 1! You didn't do the fist. Double fist. Make up for it. Awesome, guys. Yes. I want to make sure that I say it right. The Jacob JJ99. Any requests that you guys have?
Yeah, give
Riley
us requests.
1 really wants us to play Spore.
Mm-hmm.
If I can sort out how to get that running,
yeah, we need to figure out.
We can do that on
how
Thursday.
To get PC games running,
but it might be a little while, like a week before we get to that. So,
and if you guys are really lucky, you don't just get introductions; you get Batman voice.
Yes,
stuff.
Batman voice stuff.
So, In fact, we had one show where a girl was watching us on her birthday.
Yes, that was so much fun, wasn't it?
We sang Happy Birthday in my Batman voice.
It was so awesome.
It was awesome.
She was watching us past midnight. She decided to spend the first minutes of her birthday with us. We felt very honored. She hasn't been back.
You know, I'm thinking about picking up Mad Max, Magic Wolf, so maybe we'll look into that on Thursday if I pick it up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I loved Mad Max. I love the movie.
Yeah.
The game looks fun. It'd be kind of fun to play Mad Max and talk about post-apocalyptic settings in video games. Like
Fallout 3.
You know, Fallout 3 and...
All the way.
Would Planescape fall into that a little bit?
Yeah, Planescape... Well, Planescape's in a different universe.
But it kind of has that vibe to it, right?
It does have a little bit of that vibe. Or like Wasteland, which is one of the original apocalyptic games.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely be playing Fallout 4 when it comes out.
Oh, for sure.
I love Fallout.
For sure. We will be playing the crap out of it. How long would it take to be following to become a mod? Good question, Riley 1. If I knew how to promote people to become mods, I would have an answer for you. So I guess I have some learning to do.
Yeah, as long as you guys stick around, you know, we've got good things in store.
We do have good things in store. We are really excited about...
We're in the process of...
You know, we didn't have Joe Vance.
Joe Vance wasn't on here tonight. Joe Vance is usually here.
And we haven't had Infinity Emperor for a while.
Oh, Magic Wolf.
The first race.
Oh, you're teasing me now. I love...
Do you want to do that one or Resident Evil 4?
I like them both.
Which do you like better?
Personally, I like Resident Evil, the original.
It's so creepy, though.
Yeah.
I mean, they that's where they were like...
Yeah,
even the door animations and everything
I love the door
so
animations.
Awesome.
Well, you know, I like the slower pace to it. It's more of a slow burn. Resident Evil 4 is fantastic. The dread is there and everything.
Yeah.
But it's obviously more action-oriented, which is what the franchise needed. I'd say now it needs to kind of go more back to its roots, because it kind of way lost track with Resident Evil 5 and 6. But...
Or even, like, Operation Raccoon City, whatever that was.
Yeah, that was just weird.
We do need to play it, though.
And they are remaking Resident Evil 2, finally. We're getting it. So, when that comes out, because that's my favorite of the series, is 2.
Oh, really?
I love Resident Evil 2.
Who's the main character in that one?
Leon.
Is Leon in it? I thought it was Leon.
His first day on the job, a rookie cop.
Yeah, I thought it was Leon.
The Raccoon City PD. Long tournament.
He's an awesome character.
He is.
I do think we need to do a DOS game. Like, we need to play Oregon Trail. Is Oregon Trail on our list? It needs to be.
It should be.
I think that should be on our list just because it's like the beginning of the edutainment.
You know what would be fun is to do like something like the old LucasArts adventure game.
Oh
like
my
Monkey
gosh,
Island
no Monkey Island. We're playing
Mansion.
Monkey Island. We will play Monkey Island.
This would be fun. Or even like some of their original Star Wars games like Dark Forces.
Yes.
I actually had
Knights of the Old
PS3.
Republic.
Oh, I love Knights of the Old Republic. The Black Series. The 6-inch figures of Black Series. All these guys down here.
Yeah.
They're finally making Darth Raven.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So I'll be getting that one when it comes out. So... But the main thing I want to stress is that we love our followers.
Oh, Riley 1 wants us to do a stream drunk. We could act like we're drunk, but Colt and I don't drink.
Yeah, we don't drink. We don't imbibe.
Imbib.
We could light some incense.
Yes.
We could do...
You know, we could actually just do one where we've been awake for 24 hours, and I think you'd get some pretty silly stuff out of me.
See, we forego imbibing because we're both fathers of young children.
Yeah.
And so we're basically there already.
And married.
We're about half crazy.
I mean, there's some days where I wish I drank. Not anymore. Not since I, stopped working in that other place of employment.
Right.
I don't have those. I don't have those days hardly anymore.
When you stare into the abyss stares back.
Exactly. Hey, the stream is becoming more and more popular. I hope so.
Thanks, Riley 1. We appreciate that.
Spread the word.
Yeah, get us out there. We love doing this.
As I'm here, you guys seeing me lifting my phone. This is how I read chat, is on my phone.
Dude, we love when lots of people are in checks. We like interacting with our followers.
Yeah. 9 people showed up tonight. Woo, I think that's a record.
I think it is.
We love talking to you guys, for sure.
No, but seriously, send us an email. Send us anything. about whatever topics you guys want to talk about.
Yeah.
And we'll talk
Gamerlance at GameLedger.com. Gamercult at GameLedger.com.
Yeah.
We are open. We do have a Twitter. Riley, one I saw you notice, though you couldn't find our Twitter. We do have a Twitter account, but it's not active.
Yeah, we need to activate it.
So we will.
And a lot of things will get a lot easier to correspond with us once we get the website up and going.
Yeah, exactly.
That's in the process.
And that's our goal is to have the website up. I'm going to regret saying this. End of October.
Let's do it.
We will have a website.
I actually had an idea, and I wanted to see what our viewers thought about this. The Albions of College.
Yes.
Or the College of Albions.
Yes.
I've gotten in with the guy from my my journalist days, and I was talking to him at the fair, and he said anytime I want to go up, just give him a call,
Dude, we should totally do a show there.
Let's go up there, play Silent Hill 2. Or PT. Could we do that? Could we make that happen?
Oh, I think we could make it happen. The question is whether or not I'd have to buy some adult diapers.
I think that would be...
If we play Silent Hill 2, I mean, even PT, but if we play Silent Hill 2 at the College of Albion, let's do it. Make it happen, Colt. We could do that for our Halloween show.
I think that would be a lot of fun. I've been thinking about that for a while. And if Magic
you guys want the email and chat. Here, I'll give you guys mine.
So, for those of you who don't know, where we live, there's an old college up in the mountains that's been deserted for almost pretty close to over 50 years.
Longer
than that.
Yeah, my grandma went there, so
yeah.
It's been a while.
But it's supposedly haunted, and the owners of it now, they turn it into a haunted house every Halloween.
Yes.
I used to be a journalist for a newspaper in this area, and I've spent a lot of time up there doing different stories and stuff on it. But last year, Magic Wolf was with me and our sister, but we went up there and spent the night in the college as part of a story I was writing, and to kind of talk about the upcoming haunted house attraction, but also talk about we were kind of investigating the rumors of actual ghosts that are supposedly there. We never saw any ghosts or anything, but it was still terrifying to spend the night in a old.
I'm Olsen Potter in chat, by the way. So that's my chat name.
Cool.
Just heads up, Riley one. Why is that the funniest username ever? I've had that username since I was like 8.
It's a good one.
I like it.
See, I like my red pyramid one.
I like your red pyramid one too.
I've had that one for a while.
Yeah. I really want to know, Riley one. Why is that funny? I want to make it very clear. I've had that username since before Harry Potter.
Boom.
So he copied me.
Boom. So I think J.K. Rowling owes you royalties.
She does, totally.
I wish, right?
Yeah, totally. I wish. No, did you see that? Did you hear the announcement? She's doing another story. It's called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but it's a play. She's not doing it as a novel.
Really? That's interesting.
She's doing it as a play. It opens in London next year.
Well, isn't there a new movie coming out based on the one of the
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them?
Beasts?
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
That'll be cool.
Right on, guys.
You know what I read about her? She was the first author to become a billionaire.
Yes,
but then they reverted her status to millionaire because she gave so much away to charity.
She's given a crap ton away.
Yeah, I just think that's awesome that they actually had to denounce her as a billionaire because she'd given away so much money.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Although I will say, I think George R.R. Martin's getting pretty close to that too.
I'd agree.
It's awesome. In the movie Troll 1, the kid's name is Harry Potter. That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Cool.
Right on, guys. We will see you all on Thursday.
We'll be here Thursday. What are we going to play? Let's nail it down.
What do you guys want to see us play?
Tell us what you want.
We can do. I mean, we have almost every console. We have every console, don't we?
We've got Super Nintendo, GameCube, N64, Wii U, Sega Genesis, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox One.
So we don't have
Xbox.
We don't have an Xbox 360.
We don't have a 360.
The Xbox One is backward compatible, isn't it?
They say it is, but I don't think they fully implemented it yet. I'm not sure what games are backward compatible with it.
Okay.
So, let us know we can do Mad Max, if I pick that up this week.
Magic Wolf wants us to do Destiny.
Shut up, Magic Wolf. I know you're trolling.
Dragon Craze wants to know. He wants to see Zelda. I totally, dude. Zelda Wind Waker on the Wii U all the way.
I love Zelda. Let's
do
Wind
it.
Waker. Okay, Wind Waker.
Zelda. Mario Kart with drunk goggles. That would be fun.
There we go.
Toon Link.
There we go. This is what we're doing on Thursday. Boom.
He's not sharp though. He was
Not
fuzzy.
very sharp. Why is it so fuzzy? Was he too close?
Because it was focusing on us. Yeah.
Oh.
There you go. We'll do Zelda.
Okay, we'll do Zelda.
Although, Odd Future Cody, Mario Kart with drunk goggles
That does sound fun.
definitely sounds fun. So we gotta
Magic
find.
Wolf wants to see PT.
We haven't done Dishonored yet. I think we do PT when we go to the college.
I think that would be better.
Do they
than
have
Silent
internet?
Hill too? I don't know. We'd have to check into that.
I mean, I
It
could
is
do
up
it
in
off.
the mountains.
I could do it off my hotspot.
Let's
That might
put
have
some
to be
research
one.
into it
Yeah, that might have to be one where we go and record
and then broadcast
it and then
later.
broadcast it
Which
with
we
our
could do.
commentary on top of what we did. So we can do that. We'll definitely record it, and then we'll play it back if we can't do it live.
Okay.
I'd love to do it live if we can.
I would too. I think it would be
But
more
we'll
effective.
see.
But either way, we'll make it work. I think.
So upcoming games that we're gonna do: Riley won next Tuesday, Mario Kart with drunk goggles. If I can get him here, we'll do it.
Okay.
I think that would be fun.
That would be fun.
And we do need to do a Dishonored night.
I like Dishonored. It's a good game.
Yes.
Okay, so
Awesome.
Wind Waker
Thanks,
on
guys.
Thursday. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you.
See you later. Boom, we're back
We're back.
for our cameo. And we...
Post credit scene.
Yes. Riley won, if you're still here.
Yep. So surprise, surprise.
That's why Olsen Potter didn't leave. It's because we were coming back. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted, what are we doing as our secret credit? We should have thought of that before we came back.
My chair's turned.
Your chair is turned. We should do that.
I'm in relax mode. See, my feet are up.
Yes. Bam. You guys see my red suede shoes?
I'm trying to think of...
Hot sauce there.
I could show them an action figure.
Yes, let's show them an action figure.
What do you want me to show them?
Crazy Scarecrow Batman. With the bunny ears.
Oh, okay. The rabbit hole Batman?
Yeah.
Okay. So...
This one's so creepy.
Yeah. From Arkham City. It's when Batman goes down the rabbit hole in the Mad Hatter side mission.
Yes.
So he's got like the funky face and the bat ears, and he's got a clock accessory. And what's cool about this figure is he's a lot more battle damaged. Like he's got a lot of tears in his costume and everything.
Right.
But yeah, he just looks, I mean, it's creepy.
So creepy.
So, you know, and those levels in Arkham City were basically the equivalent of the Scarecrow sections from Asylum. So, pretty cool. Yeah, I like this figure. It's a cool variant of the standard Batman figure.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of articulation, but he's kind of hard to stand up.
I like this idea. Like our post credit is talking about another action figure.
Let's do that.
It's good. It's
a good idea.
I'm gonna bring the pop.
Oh yeah,
Batman. I'm gonna bring that one.
We need to bring that.
And the wood Joker.
The Joker, yeah, that was cool.
Because that Joker's pretty awesome.
He's pretty sweet, and that's one of those puzzle things, right? That you put together. Not really a puzzle, but
no, it's just
interlocking parts.
Yeah, it's interlocking parts.
Yeah.
This month's though, seriously, is
your loot crate.
Yeah, I can't wait to get it.
Nice,
because it's got something from Pokemon, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and Simpsons.
Cool. Are you a Simpsons fan?
No, but
it's got staying power. It's been around forever.
Yeah, it's been around forever.
So,
hey, Riley one wants to see the Skull Castle.
Castle Grayskull?
Yes. Here, you can just take the camera over there. Show them.
So,
let me see if I can get it a little bit.
So my wife got this for me for Christmas a couple years ago. Surprised me with it.
Okay, that's about as far as I can go.
So, yeah, we've got Castle Grayskull. It's got a hinge right here, some latches on this side. So it opens up. I don't want to open it up right now because
everything's there.
Figures around. I'll open up the drawbridge. Just move He-Man. So it's got a secret key sword entrance lock hidden right here.
Which is awesome.
Which is really cool. So and that goes into kind of the mythos of the story, you know, the power of Grayskull was locked within both halves of the power sword. Skeletor had one half, He-Man had the other, and couldn't access the castle without both halves.
Right.
But that was mainly in the comics. It was never in the cartoon or anything. But yeah,
it's awesome.
It's got a working elevator inside. It's got like an armory and stuff like that. It's got a lot of cool stuff.
We'll have to show it off.
We'll open it up one day.
Yeah, we'll show it off one day. Dude, I love your Dark Souls guy.
I do too. He's pretty rad.
He's so awesome.
Up there. Whoa. Dark Souls, baby.
All the way.
And then let's give him a little treat. Zone out. Whoa!
Yes. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Yeah. Later, guys.
See ya.